Okay, guys, we're live. Dr. Joe Borio, founder of Chiropractic Consulting. We're streaming live to YouTube. You can check us out, or on Instagram, or on Facebook. So thanks for joining us. I know it's a sunny morning for some of you guys, probably early, but I'm really excited to have one of our speakers here, Tony Seymour, for a big event. So we've got a big event coming. It's a must-go event. If you're a chiropractor out there, literally looking to grow, looking to serve, I think so many times people are looking to grow their practice only through new patients, and new patients are critical. But the problem is we're just bringing new people in. They're just filling the holes left by everybody leaving. So if you're looking to increase retention, I had the highest recorded retention in practice after 34 years. So I bring that expertise to you. I'm not trying to impress you. I'm letting you know, to impress upon you, that I bring that expertise to you, to your practice. So now when you start bringing new people in, you grow the practice rather than bringing a whole bunch of new ones and staying the same. And we've got a whole group of people coming in to talk. I'm really excited to have someone who's going to share, and that's Tony Seymour. So not a chiropractor, married to a chiropractor. So, and we're really excited to have him. So Tony, thanks for sharing me Sunday morning.
Absolutely, Dr. Joe. Good to see you this morning, my friend. Good to see you. Looking forward to this big event coming up at the beginning of November. What's it, 8th and 9th, right, Dr. Joe?
November 8th and 9th. Yeah, we start Friday, 5 o'clock. We go right till 9. Then we have an after hours party till about 11, which is great. Tony, you know yourself, a lot of times you're going to get some great content, but sometimes you need that content, and then the magic happens a lot of times after, where people can interact and connect and talk, and it's just fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, we've been to several events, Dr. Joe. We went to Dallas. We've been down to the chiropractic events multiple times down there in Florida. So looking forward to this year as well. But the three big things that hit me in a really good way about the structure and the organization that you've put together over these years.
Yeah.
The three big things that I notice every single time I go to chiropractic. Number one, it's really got that family feel. You walk in, everybody's super welcoming. If it's your first time there, it feels like you've been, family for a while. It's just, number one is the family feel. Number two, the thing I love about chiropractic, and obviously this comes from you and having done it for, decades in practice, is that philosophy. It's just super deep in philosophy, just really rich. I mean, my entire life I've been around chiropractors. I grew up in Davenport, Iowa, Bettendorf to be exact, but right next door. And my dad just made sure that I grew up inside of that chiropractic philosophy. And even though I'm not a chiropractor, I get it. Half my family are chiropractors, all my friends, but you guys just have that above, down, inside out, just a big idea becomes part. And then the third thing I love is the location. I'm just going to be honest with you, Dr. Joe. Hanging out on the beach in Fort Lauderdale, that's not a tough assignment, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a big part of it. I think, years ago when I would put on events, and, so you start with the great intention, but, you're just so focused on driving, and you forget sometimes that, I did anyway, speak for myself, we want to have fun too. I was such a hard worker, and I grew up with my dad. Ran a restaurant with my mom, and it was just work, which is great, and it's phenomenal, and I still love it, and I still operate that way. But to be able to work in a beautiful setting, in this case, just like you're saying, hey, we have a meet and greet. It's $55 for anybody that wants to come, whether you're a member of Chiropractic or not. And then we do a meet and greet Thursday night. And then that's drinks at 7:30. It's right at the hotel. We're going to be overlooking the ocean. We got the pool, and we got some hors d'oeuvres. We've got some drinks, and that's going to be absolutely phenomenal. So it gives us a chance to kind of meet and mingle, and then you get to sleep in Friday and relax and go walk the beach and whatever. We start 5 o'clock Friday. We've got some phenomenal speakers. We got Joe McCullough. We've got Michael Cohen. Obviously, we got Jimmy Allgood. I'm bringing down my staff, Lisa Guerin and Leanne Klein, the best CAs on the planet. I mean, we ran one of the highest volume practices in the history of the profession, and they were with me through that whole period. They're just fantastic. So they're going to bring that, and then we're bringing in Tony Seymour, because we got to know how to present ourselves. on the stage of the internet. We need to know how to promote ourselves on the stage of the internet. So whether it's your website, which is often the first impression that people are going to have, or whether it's, how do you navigate your SEO? How do you navigate? So you're going to talk to us about that, right, Tony?
Yeah, absolutely, Dr. Joe. Yeah, the three main things we're going to talk about is number one, we're going to talk about their website and, the basically how your website has to have the right message. Then obviously the design is important. We do live in a visual culture. And then obviously we're going to talk about how to get traffic to your website. So message, design, traffic, we're going to hit that really hard so people can evaluate their websites and see what they can do to take it to the next level. Again, to reach the masses, for the purpose of chiropractic. So that's number, we're going to hit on that really hard. We're also going to hit really, really hard on a marketing calendar. So that way going into, because the event's going to be in November. Well, what's right around the corner, I should say, from November is January, and structuring up your entire year of what you can be doing internally and externally to take the practice to the next level. So we're going to hit website, we're going to hit traffic, and we're going to hit the marketing calendar for the whole year. That way, at the end of the meeting, at the end of the seminar, the boot camp, people can walk away and actually have a battle plan in hand to implement going into the new year. So that's kind of the big idea, at least on this end. We're really going to bring the heat this time.
Yeah, and you always do, Tony. You're one of those generous people, and you run a company, Chiro website, so you evaluate people. You're very generous. Obviously, anybody can reach out to you, and you do a free evaluation, free consultation, evaluate their site. I love what you're saying about the marketing calendar, I guess, as we wrap this up. But the one thing I noticed, as chiropractors, we are critical of allopathic. That doesn't mean allopathic care doesn't present to us some phenomenal, care and life-saving care. But we are critical in that we get frustrated that both medicine and the patients, the public, utilize crisis care rather than taking care of themselves prior to having a maintenance wellness, so that I'm less likely to get into health crisis. And I often look at chiropractors, again, love them, but we don't think that way when it comes to our marketing. We often react in a way that's very allopathic, right? So we kind of do a thing and then we get into crisis. Oh my God, my new ones are down. We got to drop out. Hey, there's some economic challenge, whatever. So we're not really putting out a wellness and maintenance approach when it comes to our marketing and our promotion. And then we go into crisis. Then we're like, looking for anything and everything. And oh my God, I got to run ads and get a bunch of people in. When stepping back and realizing, what are you doing to keep them? And then on the back end of it, what are you doing to create that constant exposure so that you're the present name, you're the present time thought out there? Because that takes time. But boy, I'll tell you, you follow the chiropractic holistic approach on the back end, which is what you do so beautifully. Yes. And then following what I teach you to do on the inside, oh man, I mean, you're going to have a phenomenal practice that has not only abundance within it, but I want you to live with abundance outside of the practice as well. And too often I see so many practices struggling, or chiropractors not living a life of freedom and wealth and abundance. And I'll tell you, if you follow the systems that we're going to share with you in Florida in November, it will be life-changing short-term and long-term.
Yeah, that's what I love, 100% love about what you're talking about, Dr. Joe. The quote comes to mind, to me, the best way to solve a problem is to never have it. Exactly. And sometimes, best way to solve a problem is never have it. So that's where the marketing calendar comes in, is structure provides freedom. Without structure, you become a slave. For example, if somebody's not structured in the way they approach their finances, they don't keep a budget or whatever, if they don't do that, that's going to lead to slavery. So structure provides freedom, and without structure, we become a slave. So having that structures around our life helps us, like you're talking about, live that abundant lifestyle, and not just always, high and low, but to actually build up that wellness practice to the next level. And again, that's kind of where the marketing calendar comes in with the structure. So that this structure will provide you freedom, That way you can take your practice to the next level as far as that. And we all know that referrals is the biggest part of practice, 100% for sure. And as a marketing guy, I can understand and respect that for sure. As a matter of fact, that's actually part of the class. Referrals can and should be the number one way you get new patients.
Correct.
And, having been to several chiropractic events, you guys crush it with that. It's awesome to see. It's good to be a part of. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. One of the best people I know, Tony. I've told you this to your face, and I've told you this in our interactions. And I think what's awesome about you, and what I find so attractive working with you in business, is you're very authentic. That authenticity, you're real. You have real solutions to real problems. You're in it for the right reason. That's obvious. Obviously, we all need to make a living, and we put ourselves out there professionally. But you always put that service and that honesty and that trust to the people you serve. I just sent you a couple of people here over the last couple of months, and both of them were frustrated. I talked to them about talking to you before, and literally both of them told me, one was a little bit ago and one was Arlene just recently. And, immediately responsive, immediately solving problems, immediately giving me solutions. And you do that with everyone, including me. I'm a client. So it's just an honor to work with you. I'm so excited to have you in Fort Lauderdale. Any last words to stimulate and inspire and motivate people to get a little bit out of their comfort zone and show up at Fort Lauderdale?
No, Dr. Joe, it's just an honor to be a part of the chiropractic team. Brother, I love and appreciate you. It's going to be fantastic to see you down there. Like I said, the three biggest things that I always get out of, being around your brother, you bring that family feel. Number one, you can't hang around the Borio team and chiropractic without chiropractic, rubbing off on me. Again, my wife's a chiropractor, and even I leave a little bit more convicted for chiropractic.
Yes.
And then obviously you just can't beat the location, brother. You just can't. We're right there on the beach. It's phenomenal. There's great restaurants, all
Were you there the year I was in the casket?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that was last year. Yeah, I think it was last year or the year before I got rolled out. So we do some fun stuff, but listen, the casket was an idea. We just had an event in Italy at my villa in Italy, and I'll tell you, one of the takeaways we did, we had everyone grab a string, and the string was a red ribbon, really, and the ribbon was divided up into centimeters, each centimeter representing a year of your life. And if you take the average length of a man right now, basically on the planet, it's about 74 years. A woman's about 82 years. So again, I have some people say, well, I take really good care of myself. I understand that, but there's accidents, car accidents, and so that's an average actuarian table. So we took everybody's ribbon, we gave everybody a pair of scissors, and we said, okay, count how many years you are of age and cut it. And then, you're left with what's remaining, which is, not as long as the original string, if you will. Yeah. And, when you look at that, it's just a reminder that we've only got so much time. It's only so much time. And these events, working with people like you and working with these phenomenal speakers, Jimmy Allgood and Michael Cohen and Norm Colby is going to be doing an adjusting program. It's going to take the time we have remaining and make it useful, make it efficient, make it productive, make us as successful, give us the greatest leverage and punch that we got left to make a difference in people's lives as a chiropractor. Leave your mark here on the planet while we're here. And, there's what you do for yourself dies with you. What you do for others lives on for eternity. Plant trees in which you never have the intention of sitting under, because in the end, that's what we want to leave with the next generation of chiropractors, and for my view, the next generation of humanity.
Brother, that is gold, absolute gold. Could not be more excited to be down there in November, brother. Looking forward to seeing you, breaking bread together, and just, like I said, making a difference and having a good time doing it. So I appreciate it.
It'll be an honor. Appreciate you, Tony. I'll see you there. Anybody listening, register. I'm giving it away. If you've never been to an event, it's $199 for you and your staff. If you got a couple of docs, just $199 per doc. Staff, no additional charge. Man, I'm telling you, even if it's not a sales pitch, guys. You're either going to come and go, I want to be part of this family or not. And if you decide, hey, listen, now's not the time, when you leave, I mean, you are leaving with phenomenal intent, phenomenal material, great stuff that you could plug in Monday. So I want you to know that's the way that we attract people. We put out the best guys like Tony Seymour, the best service you can. And by all means, if it resonates with you, join the family. If not, my God, you've made a friend for life. Join us at our next event.
That's it, brother. Looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to it.
You too, Tony. Thanks for your time this morning, Sunday. Make sure you guys register. Just hit the link.